Pat Narduzzi locking out the Pittsburgh Steelers that are former Mountaineers because they might spy on him. What kind of crazy delusional crap? We'll talk about that and more on this episode of Locked On West Virginia.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome in. I am your host, Mountaineer Paul, and I want to thank you for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, which is part of the Locked On Network. Your team every single day. And this episode is also sponsored by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Pat Narduzzi is at it again, and I don't know how else to say it, but I just don't like him. If you're a Pitt fan and you're watching this, I don't like your coach. And I don't care if you like or dislike that I don't like your coach. He's snobby sometimes. He's sarcastic sometimes. Maybe there's things you love about him because he's on your side. But make no mistake, he's made several backhand comments about West Virginians the last few years. And it's not lost on this Mountaineer, that's for sure. Whether it be the team getting off the bus with helmets on because they're afraid of getting hit by batteries due to something that happened 20 years ago. It hasn't happened in a long time. It's more of a stigma that you perpetuate by making nothing like that's ever been remotely close to happening. He was caught saying on the radio, because there was a West Virginia caller that called into a Pittsburgh radio station. He calls into the radio station to complain. And then when further questions said that he expected that it was going to be like a zoo atmosphere. Former WVU All-American corner B.D. Bishop had some things to say about the rivalry. The normal stuff. We hate each other. But then he said something else that caught my eye, and then Narduzzi later confirmed it. And he had more to say. He definitely had more to say here. He goes on to say how we hate each other and goes into his time at West Virginia. But the next question is really kind of what perked my ears up, this paranoia. So I get it. He was smiling and laughing a little bit there, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't change the fact that Narduzzi is a paranoid freak. That's just my opinion. And like I said, I get it. He's smiling, he's laughing a little bit. But to me, it just shows how paranoid that he is to think that Doug, Nestor, Beanie Bishop, or Zach Frazier in the middle of their first career starts, real experience, that they're worried about catching some kind of something on the side to give to Neil Brown and staff. It's just wild. Here's a clip of Narduzzi basically confirming that is indeed what they did, because he's a paranoid freak. And thank you to Nathan Brasinger. Pitt football deviated from its typical outdoor practice regime for the Backyard Brawl and moved it inside. Here's Pat Narduzzi's reasoning for why. You may need to turn your volume up for this, by the way. It's kind of hard to hear.
Be careful, paranoid. You got people in the hills, and they live in the hills. So
That's not the hills they live in.
Yeah. They will live there. Mountaineers, man, they're up there in the mountains right there. So you got to, hey, take nothing for granted. We're inside. You're exactly right. Good observation. You up there on the hill trying to look too?
And so here's what gets me. Obviously, they practice and share the field with the Steelers, and they play in the ACC. So are you telling me that no other ACC team has alums that play for the Steelers? Like, is this something you have to do every week or just for Backyard Brawl week? Because obviously we've got 3 West Virginia players on that team. I'm sure there's multiple of another school in the ACC that they play on that team. And so do you make them go in the locker room and put the pictures up like the wanted posters for them too? I just think it's way overdone, and it's crazy. I think Pat Narduzzi just takes any chance he gets to slight West Virginians. They're up in the hills. They got binoculars. Like, dude, you're a freaking paranoid wreck. And I don't think that for one second Neil Brown and company would give a crap about what your game plan is because you're going to get smashed. You're going to get absolutely smashed come Saturday. That's what's going to happen. West Virginia is the better team, and they're going to smash Pitt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Up next on Locked On West Virginia, I want to talk about this running back matchup just a little bit. Really dynamic players in the backfield for both teams. Who's going to show out and who's going to show out best? That and more on Locked On West Virginia. This episode of Locked On West Virginia is brought to you by eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and leave it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you will always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber and not cash, which is really important. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your MVP your car and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive with ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions do apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. This episode is also brought to you by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. When you're hiring for your small business, you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to help find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just a job board. LinkedIn helps you hire professionals you can't find anywhere else. It's literally impossible. Even those who aren't actively searching for a new job might be open for the perfect role. In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn's users don't visit other leading job sites. If you're not looking on LinkedIn, you're looking in the wrong place. On LinkedIn, 86% of small businesses get qualified candidates within 24 hours. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. LinkedIn knows that small businesses are wearing a ton of different hats and might not have time for resources to hire. LinkedIn is constantly finding ways to make that process easier. They even just launched a feature that helps you write your own job descriptions out, making the process even easier and quicker. 2.5 small businesses use LinkedIn for hiring. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. That's linkedin.com/lockedoncollege to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. There is one heck of a running back matchup in this game. If Rodney Hammond were playing, you're talking about four really good running backs in this game. As it stands, there are at least three, two on the West Virginia side and one on the Pitt side. We're going to talk about the Pitt side first because let me just tell you, Desmond Reed is not your average running back. In my opinion, he would be one of the best running backs in the Big 12 if he were in the Big 12. He's that super talented, guys. Wait till you see this kid play on Saturday. He is extremely elusive. He leads the country in all-purpose yards. He's got 3 total touchdowns in his first 2 games, and he averages 8.9 yards per carry. Now, that's against less than talented defenses. I get that. But he's also able to get it done through the air. 117 yards in the air versus Cincinnati, a 56-yard house call. Like he really has been just one explosive play after another waiting to happen. West Virginia is probably going to game plan for him in this game and make the quarterback beat them. Something that I found about Holstein that Jed Drenning had posted was, well, it was on their show that they did, their preview yesterday. He's got a 67% completion percentage, and you would think that's really good. But his on-target percentage, which is if I throw a ball to a receiver and he's got to turn around and reach for the ball and he barely catches it, well, on the stat sheet, that goes down as a catch, right? But on-target percentage measures by how far off were you on a given throw. He would be 14th out of 14th in the ACC. I've been saying it all week. When I watch him on tape, he misses throws. They've been catching them. At the end of the day, if they continue to do that, it's probably not going to matter. I think you have to game plan for Reed in this game. Make Holstein beat you. Bring pressure, muddy the picture, or drop 8, whichever one you think is best. Make him beat you, because I just think if you make Desmond Reed beat you, there's a chance that he might, especially if he gets a seam or an alley or a crease, he's gone. He's so elusive. He usually makes the first guy miss. He's very Jaheim White-esque. Speaking of Jaheim White, he really hasn't had a chance to make the impact I think that he wanted to have coming into the year. He's got 18 carries for 133 yards and a touchdown. He is averaging 7.4 yards per carry yet again. He is that talented. We just got to give him the rock. Eight rushes against Penn State, nowhere near enough. He averaged 10 yards a carry versus Albany on 10 carries, 100 yards, and a touchdown. We get it. You were safety for Pitt. I want to see him get 15 to 18 touches this week if he's able to handle it. At least 12 to 15, because he's so dang good with the ball in his hands. I really think he can make a huge difference in this game, and I favor him over Desmond Reed, and that's saying a lot, because I really do think that he's more of a complete package, a little bit better runner in football at this point in his career, but it's not by a large margin. Where West Virginia really pulls ahead, though, the running back battle for this game is obviously with C.J. Donaldson, who's performed really well so far to start the year. Obviously, he's doing a little bit more of the workhorse. He's got 26 rushes for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 6.4 yards per carry. He looked really good last week, that's for sure, but it was against Albany. We get that. Thunder and Lightning got to come alive this week and give Garrett a little bit of breathing room. I think they will. I really do think they will. And I think it's on the backs of that offensive line and those 2 running backs that West Virginia is going to seal a victory this week at Acrisure Stadium. Up next on Locked On West Virginia, who's going to take over what? Could West Virginia take over the stadium again? We're going to talk about that on the other side of the break on this episode of Locked On West Virginia. This episode of Locked On West Virginia is brought to you by Factor Meals. Fuel up with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to eat nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. And what are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients you can trust. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert and stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in just 2 minutes, which means no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. That means you can enjoy an effortless support for your new lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat if that's your thing, or just simply eat well balanced. Head to factormeals.com/LockedOnCollege50 and use LockedOnCollege50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next. That's code LockedOnCollege50 at factormeals.com/LockedOnCollege50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. The Pitt Panthers announced that the 2024 Backyard Brawl is sold out. It was sold out in 2022 as well. Why are we not having this game as a lock every single season is a good question. It does need to be every year, no doubt about it. But the real question is how many West Virginia fans are going to be there? Man, I've had a few guys triggered on there today and yesterday talking about West Virginia was going to take over the stadium. Obviously joking a little bit with that. But I really do think that West Virginia is going to have a great showing, as we always do. Narduzzi was mad last time that we declared that, I think it was ESPN that reported that West Virginia had like 70% of the fans. I don't remember what the number was. Maybe one of you guys can correct me. But it was way tilted WVU's favor. It turned out not to actually be true later on. At least that's what I heard. But, yeah, I'm curious to see how many Mountaineer fans are going to be there. Like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. And comment down below, who do you think is going to have more fans at the Backyard Brawl? Do you think West Virginia is going to have more? Will they show Pitt up again in their own stadium? Or do you think it's going to be 50-50? Would love to know what you think on this, guys. Would love to know what you think on the Narduzzi Spygate. Just all this, it's been wild to really cover, and just the way he is about everything, the backhand comments he gives us all the time just blow me away. I'm curious to know how you feel about him, too. Like the video, hit that share button if you can share this thing out anywhere. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And as always, leave a comment below. Thank you guys for choosing Locked On West Virginia as your first listen. But if you're going to have a second, I really suggest you make that Locked On College Football your second one. From NIL deals to never-ending conference realignment rumors, Spencer McLaughlin gets you ready for an exciting season on the gridiron. You can find the link to Locked On College Football in the description, so you don't even need to search for it. It's part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.